Hi, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Cantey, and this is another episode of Living Enlightened Every Day. I am passionate about helping individuals live their most authentic lives by discovering how to cultivate joy, express their true selves, and experience harmony in spirit, mind, and body. And today we're talking about how to manifest anything you want. And if you've been watching these videos even a little bit, you know that I don't sensationalize headlines. Why? Because I believe the truth is pretty sensational as it is. So I just tell and speak the truth. Now, some of it, of course, is my opinion. Some of it is someone else's opinion, but mostly I try to tap into that thing that we all identify as truth. We feel it in our heart, in our soul. We can say, yes, that is true for me. I understand that. I recognize that truth. And here is the truth that we can get anything we truly want. So before we begin, I just invite you to take a deep breath if that's comfortable where you are, and invite yourself to listen, to be present with what is about to be presented to you. Because if you get this one thing, the beginning thing, you don't even have to watch all the way to the end. But if you get this one thing, you will get it all. You will understand it all, and you will be able to manifest it all. Yeah, it's that simple. This episode is entitled How to Get Anything You Want, because it is possible to get truly what you want, what you really desire. But the first question I'm going to ask is, do you know what you want? Most of us don't know. Most of us have some vague idea that we would like things to be better. But what is it that you really want? I'm going to invite you right now to pause this or stop this if you can and write down a list of just 5 things. Let's just start there. 5 things of what you want. It could be around relationship, it could be around your home. It could be around your career, how you express yourself in your daily life, if you're an artist, or in your vocation. It could be around being a mom, a dad, a parent, a spouse, a partner, whatever it is. Just write down 5 things that you know you want. And take a look at those 5 things and just look at what you want. And let's go to the first one. The first thing on your list, whatever that is, I want you to look at it and just ask yourself, why do you want this? Why do you want this bigger home? Maybe you have a lot of people in your family, you feel like your home is too small, your apartment's too small, whatever it is, you're ready to upsize, you need a bigger space for everyone. Why would you want that? It sounds obvious, doesn't it? But let's really look at why we want that. You can say, oh, so we're not stumbling on top of each other. Oh, so I can have a place where I can have some more quiet time. So my husband would have an office. So my daughter would be able to do her dance or her drums, whatever it is, right? And then if you really come up with some of those reasons, and let's look at that. Why would that be important? Because it would make you happy and it would bring you peace, ultimately. Yes? Let's look at the next one. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe you don't have a relationship right now, and you would really like to find a soulmate or a partner, someone in your life that just feels like a true partnership in your life. And that's missing, right? That's obviously why it's on your list of things that you really would like to attract or manifest or bring into, call into your life. And let's look at why you would want that. It's to amplify those feelings of oneness and connection, to share your adventure with someone who to share my amazing life with, and he has an amazing life to share with me. That's my line. So we have these things of why we want that. Yes. And let's look at that a little deeper. Why do I want someone to share my amazing life with? Because I believe it would make me happy. It would bring me that sense of joy and excitement. Let's look at the next thing on your list. What would that be? Recently, I needed a new car. I was driving the car I bought for my son when he was 15. It was a 2008 Jeep with a lot of miles, and I really wanted a car that I wasn't worried was going to break down. I already bought him a new car because I didn't want it breaking down on him. So now I'm driving it. I want a new car. Why? So I feel safe, so that it's more comfortable. Although I really do like a Jeep. I've always wanted one since I was a kid. So I didn't mind how old it was. I'm not a car person. I don't care as long as I really feel safe driving, longer distances when I do, which is very occasionally. Mostly I drive pretty short around my house. So, why do you want what's on your list? And I say, oh, that sense of safety. Why would being safe, what would being safe do for me? That would make me happy. It would bring me peace. And what's the next thing on your list? How about health? Maybe you'd like to lose a few pounds. Maybe you'd like to be in better shape, stronger. Maybe you'd like to get outdoors more, whatever it is about your health, about your body. And why do you want this for yourself, for your body? And we can have things, especially around our body. And we can even say, so I feel better around other people. It's not even for myself. It's like I feel uncomfortable going out in public, right? I don't feel uncomfortable around my house, but maybe it's being judged around other people. Maybe you want to be able to chase your grandkids across the yard or something. Maybe you want to be able to walk the dog and not feel like you're going to get pulled over. So you want to be stronger. You want to have more muscle, more strength. Why? Why do you want that for your health, or in your body? Because you believe it would make you happy. That would bring you this sense of wholeness. So here's the interesting thing. When we look at it like that, when we really understand why we want the things that we want in our life, there is nothing inherently wrong with anything on your list. I'm going to say I haven't read your list, but I'm going to guess. That's not truth, that's a fact. I'm just going to say it's probably true. That there's nothing inherently wrong with wanting a mansion or a Ferrari or uh, to win the lottery. There's nothing inherently wrong with what we want. But when we understand why we want what we want, we start getting closer to how to get it. So, really diving deep, there are some core things to what we want to experience. And for me, when I realized that the things that I really wanted, to having a vibrant, loving, caring partner in my life to share this wonderful adventure with, that would make me happy. And then when I realize that I am my source of happiness, I am one with spirit. Spirit is joy, peace, power, clarity, abundance, prosperity, creativity. Trying to think of these names of that we call spirit or God or source, divine intelligence and wisdom, the divine love that creates and governs the universe, right? Source is love. Source is joy. Source is peace. And I am that. I am just like a ray from the sun. I am a pure emanation of spirit itself. Like a ray could never be separated from the sun. It can't be just, snipped off somewhere in its existence. It never could be, never has been, never will be. I'm using the sun as a metaphor, obviously, and it's always connected. Therefore, it is that which is the source expressed. Now, we are finite expressions, so we don't all look the same. We're all different. We're all amazingly, incredibly, wonderfully different. But we all are source, those qualities that I mentioned. So I am the happiness that I seek. I am that. And I can think of all the times in my life where I've just been beautifully happy, from today and waking up and yesterday and last week and when I was 6 years old and when I was 16. It's like we can go to these memories and that joy, it wasn't like somebody dropped, or that situation or that relationship or that event dropped joy on us and we went, oh, there it is, there's joy, that's what that feels like. No, we are joy, and we just allow it to bubble up, to rise up. Sometimes we blame it on, whether it's blame or, thankfully blaming it on a situation that is occurring in our life. It's like, he made me happy, she promoted me, that made me happy. She did this favor for me, that made me happy. That group did this for me, and that made me happy. We put our joy or our happiness onto the situations, events, and circumstances of our lives, and that is a false correlation. It's can be beautiful to be grateful for all the things that come into our lives to enhance and allow us to access our happiness. But things do not make us happy. Our nature is joy. Our nature is peace. Our nature is love. Our nature is creativity. And our nature is infinite abundance. So when we look at that list that we made of things that we want, and we realize that, for one, that many things on those lists you want because it will make you happy. Well, we can be happy right now, in this moment, in the house that you think is too small, in the car that doesn't feel safe, in the relationship that it feels like you could have better communication or more excitement or whatever that is, in your body, in our health. We can be right where we are and love our body into wholeness. Nobody has ever shamed their body into wholeness. Nobody has ever hated their body into wholeness. But what we can do, we are love itself, and we are the expression, the physical, dynamic 3D expression of love. And when we embrace and love ourself, our body, the things that are going on with our body that the world may judge as not good, someone diagnoses us with cancer, and the world goes, oh, that's terrible, that's bad. Yeah, I get it. I've had cancer twice, and I realize that that fear that comes in, that judgment that comes in, that um, confusion with treatments and all those things that come in, it can be overwhelming. But when we think health, I want health on my list. I want to not have cancer on my list. We switch that around and we say, I really want health. Why do I want health in my body? I believe it will make me happy. I believe it will allow me to express myself in even more creative ways. Well, joy is my nature and creativity is my nature. I can literally be in joy and in infinite possibilities, which is creativity, right here, right now. So, right where we are is everything we are looking for. This is not a trick. I'm not saying don't have things on your list of what you want. I am saying, though, that to access those things on your list that you want, the access point is the end game of being, knowing that you already are that which you are seeking. It's the only thing that allows these incredible synchronistic events that move into our lives, our situations, our events, our relationships, our circumstances, and it moves into our life to bring us those events because we have opened the channel to being joy. The universe says, look at her, she is joy. The channel's open. Send her joy. But when we are sitting in lack, I'll never be peaceful in this house. I'll never have enough room in this house. I'll never have my own space in this house. The universe says, yeah, give her more of that. That's her prayer. That's her dialogue. That's her energy. Sure, I can do that. Or I'm the universe now. I can do that. I can bring you lack and limitation. I can bring you discord and dis-ease. Or I can bring you what you say you are. The universe doesn't give us what we want. That's wanting. The universe will give us more wanting. The universe gives us what we are, how and who we are being. And it just takes us recognizing the truth of our being. I am joy. I am peace. I am freedom. I am infinite supply. I am infinite possibilities, unlimited creativity. And as I declare this, and it does not come from affirmations. I have a podcast on affirmations and why they don't work sometimes, because we're not saying what isn't true is true. That's an affirmation. It's like, oh, I have a beautiful home on the ocean. I have a beautiful home on the ocean while you're walking around miserable in your tiny little apartment, right? That's an affirmation that is not going to work. What does work is you look around at what you have and you sit yourself on the floor, on the couch, in a chair, on a cushion. Take a deep breath and just call forth joy. Maybe it'll take you a few moments to recall the most joyful times in your life. And you're going to remember as you recall those moments, they were not dumped on you by that person or by that situation. They came from within. It's like the, you know, the faucet was turned all the way on. And then something might have happened after that, and this faucet just gets turned off a little bit. The flow is lessened and lessened. And then we practice, we say, oh, that's not good, and it's lessened. We say, oh, that's terrible, and it's less. The flow is shrinking and contracting. The channel through which our joy flows is restricted. So I invite you to spend that time in joy, remembering the truth of your being. And if something on your list reminded you of peace, that you needed some space or some time to be peaceful, just know that right where you are peace. You are that. Put on some, what are those headphones? Put on some headphones that block the noise and just realize I am peace. Things don't bring me peace or allow me to be peaceful. I am peace. And when it comes to, again, energy and vitality, strength in our body, we are literally energy. We look like we're a mass of stuff, but as you know, in science now, they can kind of keep going in and keep going into our cells, and they see that we are 99% space. And in that space is energy. And I study Qigong, and if you study yoga or any of these things, we know that we are an energetic being, an energy body, and that we can experience our energy as vitality any moment we want to. The other day, I was saying I was so tired. I said that out loud, and I was like, "Who's the one saying that? Who's saying they're tired?" And I closed my eyes. It's like, "Oh, I'm spirit. I am spirit. Spirit's not tired. My physical body may be telling me to get rest or to do something different, but my spirit is pure, unadulterated, delicious, fascinating energy," which is not the right word, but it's the only word I can come up with in this setting, right? It's the energy that we are. It is the life force energy, the chi, the prana. It's never diminished. It never goes away. We can block it. We can restrict the channels through which it flows, but we are it. So let's take a look at what's on your list as I take a look at what's on my list and the things that I want. Maybe I put a beautiful picture of even the house I'm in. There's some projects that I would really love to finish. Why? Because it would make me happy. It would make me happy to have, a new driveway, to fix the one little hole in my roof, to do a few things. It would make me happy. And it would add to my sense of security. Well, I can look at that and I can allow, the picture of whatever it is, the beautiful house, or allow my imagination to vision on what it looks like to finish some of these projects. Of course, that's a beautiful way of evoking joy in us, happiness. And I can realize at the same time that I am joy, and I can be joyful in my house exactly the way it is. I can put a bin, which is sitting there in the garage under that little place where it leaks once in a while, until the ways and resources come to fix that hole in my roof. I can enjoy the 99% of my house that is finished and beautiful and amazing. So I invite you to check out your list. Don't trash it, don't throw it away. I'm not saying that. You can have everything you want, you can manifest everything you want, but it comes through an open channel of who you are being, not what you want. Who are you being now? So before we finish this podcast, I invite you to take a few moments and realize that you can be love, peace, joy, prosperity. You are these things. You are the essence of God itself, source energy. And as you tap into that, there's a feeling of peace, of joy, of creativity, energy, excitement. There's a feeling that moves through us. Sometimes it's just a slight tingling. Sometimes then there's an idea that comes. Pick up the phone or walk the dog or go outside or call your cousin. Something happens, something moves us because we have moved. We've shifted our energy, and our energy shifts, and we allow and we open the channel for the things that we truly desire, the things that express who we are as these individual emanations of spirit itself. Those channels open and allow for that expression to come through us. Now, sometimes we don't want to do anything to create change in order to change what is in our life. In other words, we wrote down a list of things that we want, but we sometimes as humans don't want to do anything different to have those things come into our life. Many times, what we decide to do different is to go out there and adjust the things that are outside of ourselves. I'll go on dating apps if I want a relationship. I'll take communication classes if I want to communicate better with my children or get us into therapy. I'll do all these things outside of myself. I'll apply for all these jobs because I don't like the job that I'm in. And we'll do those things outside of ourselves. So we either go into the camp where we don't want to do anything and we just wish and we just want for things to be different, but we're not going to do anything. Or we're in the camp where we're going to do everything we can do. It's all out there. Neither of those work. Sure, some of the people I've seen who are very good at sort of willpower and energy, they can shift things, but does it make them happy? Which is ultimately why they wanted things to shift. Does that make sense? If you are getting this, you are getting the key to life. The key to being happy is turning within and recognizing that it is yours to be. It's yours to be fully and completely at any moment, at any time. Peace is yours. Creativity is yours. Divine wisdom is yours. Health and well being is already yours. Claim it. Turn within. Call it forth, and it will come. And take as much time as you need in each day and watch. You can put it in a journal. You can use a gratitude journal. You can use a daily journal and just think about how much time are you spending in joy, in peace, in abundance. That's a whole nother series. We're going to do a series on abundance, but that prosperity thinking, health is just being, where are you healthy? It's like my house. I have one or two problems. Our bodies may have one or two problems that we really, really want resolved. Of course, I get it. I do with all of my heart. And yet there's other things in our bodies that are working beautifully. Love them. Love the energy that is flowing through that in your body. Love your mind, love your intelligence, love your beauty, love your eyes, your ears, your hair, your skin, your whatever's working. Love that you have those things. And watch the things on your list feel like, wow, that feels closer now. That's more doable now. I am open to that now. I can see a possibility where there was none before. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope it has sparked in you the desire to be still and know who you are as joy, as love, as abundance, as health and well being, energy and vitality. I hope this has inspired you. And if it has, please hit the like button. It helps so much in getting this wonderful information and these creative ideas out to others. The algorithm on YouTube shares it with more people, and more people get to live their life in love. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and share it with a friend. You probably know someone who is just ready to hear this, and maybe they will practice this with you. Just call them up and say, hey, let's spend a few minutes being joy or being power or being prosperity. Whatever it is, just sink into your being with them. That would be fun. Are you ready to embrace a deeper sense of joy, peace, and fulfillment? My book, Living Enlightened, The Joy of Integrating Spirit, Mind, and Body, has just won the cover award for spiritual healing. This transformative book offers practical wisdom and practices that remind you who you are, how powerful you are, how creative you are in order to bring you more joy, more peace, more clarity, and more love. You can find Living Enlightened on Amazon now. The link is in the notes below. And you can visit my website, elizabethcantey.com. I offer one-on-one coaching to bring you to that place that we talked about today, where you can manifest anything you want. I am Elizabeth Cantey, and this is Living Enlightened every single day. Join me each week for a new insight into how we can love our life and live our passion. And remember this week to love, laugh, and live enlightened every single day.